Hey everyone, Dan from Relevance, and I just want to give you all an update on what we've just shipped in our latest release, 1.25.0. Our team has been super hard at work. One thing we really focused on this week is making it easier to understand when and how to use variables when you're building or customizing your AI tools. So a really common mistake that we would see people make building their tools is they would feed a variable of one type, let's say a number, into an input that required a different type, maybe a string. Particularly, we would see this when people would use LLMs to generate a content that looked like some other data structure. So you might, for example, ask your LLM to generate something that looks like JSON. However, it isn't JSON because LLMs, they take in text and they spit out text. If you try to put the raw LLM output into something that wants JSON or a number, it's going to error. So we've done a few things to address this. First of all, we've made it really clear throughout the UI where your variables are, what their type is, and then what inputs require what types. That way, hopefully, it's clearer how and when to use them. But also, if you make a mistake, we've surfaced that really obviously big, bold red explaining the exact typing mistake you've made. And we even linked to a useful documentation page about how you can go about fixing that problem. So a big shout out to Surya and Regine on our product team for implementing those upgrades, as well as Shakave, who's written that really nice documentation. Hopefully this makes it a lot easier for all of you building your AI tools. On a similar note, last week we released a new flashy variable menu that previews the content of all your variables, but we received some really useful feedback from our community about how we can make it a bit easier to use, particularly when you're working in long LLM prompts. The variable menu would stick to the bottom of the page, which was kind of useful, but what you all wanted was for it to go where your cursor is. So now if you go curly brackets, the variable menu will pop up right underneath where you're typing, making it super easy to understand and super easy to use. So really appreciate all the feedback we received on that. That makes it really easy for us to understand what we should build in the next cycle. And so definitely head into our Discord community if you're not already there, where you have a direct line to us. Or, contact us, intercom, email. We're always open to hearing your feedback. Finally, we've shipped a new feature for AI agents. You can edit a message that you've sent previously in a conversation, and we will regenerate the rest of the conversation after that message. A really highly demanded feature, and it makes it easy to use your agents and debug them, test them, or just correct mistakes you might have made in your conversation. So hopefully you get heaps of value out of that feature. Thanks again to Regine on our product team for implementing that one. Thanks to everyone for listening to this update. I'm going to be posting these every time we ship a release. Thanks so much.